Congratulations to Urs for winning Europa Pro, I think, in Germany. That's his home country. I said in my previous video, and I said there was no way he was going to lose in Germany because he's Germany favorite. I think German, he like even worse than Mike. Mike is a German guy too. So for me, he's the prince of bodybuilding. So I know for a fact that there was no way he was going to lose. To me, his condition remained the same. I think he's a little slightly off compared to what he had in Italy, because I think they tried to kind of fill him out a little bit more so he can have the size. I think he remains the same. I think his condition wasn't as good as Italy, but I knew he was going to win. I think this my body is tired already. He's been on this is fourth show back to back, second, third. So I think, Quinton need to shut it down for the year and, recalibrate his system for next year. And I think if he start continuing early next year, he would definitely win shows for him to qualify him for 2026 Miss Olympia. This dude really surprised me because he really came better and stronger, drier. So, yeah, I think these guys is coming up are pretty good. Look at side legs, small waist, big chest, big shoulders. Look at that legs from the back. I think his hamstring need a little bit more work. It's not like his hamstring is shallow, but compared to his quads, and he need a little more hamstrings. And his back look great. Yeah, his back look great. I think his hamstring is all that just need to come up. And once that hamstring comes up, he's going to be, light out, next time we see him. Yeah, good set of abs. I like open guys that have great set of abs, when you think about the 90s, the 80s guys, even as big as they are, they still have six packs, which I really respect about this guy. So, yeah, when it comes to posing, Urs is a classic physique guy, so definitely know how to pose. Definitely he know how to carry himself. He knows his way around the stage and know how to utilize the stage and know how to carry the crowd. And all of that counts, but I just feel like it was a little bit off. Was he enough to win? Maybe. But if Quinton have won, I think I wouldn't have a qualms with it. And I did have a qualms with it at all that Urs win. But I think home advantage, play into it. And, coupled with the fact that Olympia is trying to streamline even qualification for next year to, you have to win 2 shows in one season to qualify you for Olympia, or or you qualify in point system. So I think they're just doing test running for this year because, you kind of, with the way some guys were winning show back to back, and even if they're slightly off, they still win. So now we know what it is. Yeah, when you really look at Quinton, his little tiny waist, I think his leg is kind of like leaned out. I think the more he died down, the more his leg kind of leaned out because he had a better fullness from Tampa to Texas. I think he tried to come in a little bit drier. I think he kind of lose the fullness from his legs. And I think that is something that I hold him back a little bit. I think he's not really about his condition, him being a dark guy. I think Quinton kind of have a little bit thick skin, just like, but not as bad as, Hakim. But I think that kind of hinder him a little bit because it looked like he's not conditioned, and he is. Sometimes this light is it just wash away everything. You can see in his glutes. But I think at the same time, Quinton's legs his back need to come up, especially his lower back. And because of his height, he's not that, Urs is just way better. It's just because the way Urs is put together. This guy being about 6 foot or 6'1", so his leg, is gonna suffer when you over diet. You know, he doesn't have that like that Samson leg, that round legs, you know, to yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. And Earth shows that, you know, guys from classic can go to open and do extremely well. So like we all say at this time it's like beating a dead horse, you know, because we can say, oh, Mike can go to open. Ramal can go to open because these guys are big enough to go to open. Because if Earth can go and win 2 shows back to back, that says the same thing. Because I think Earth is bigger than, Mike is bigger than Earth, pound for pound, like all around. Better legs, better back, better V-taper, better arms. So tell me why anybody would think that he's not going to do well if he move to open. Definitely he will move to up. He will do well in the open. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. You know, please turn on your notification button so that each time I upload, you get to see video. You know, sometimes if you don't turn your notification button, trust me, YouTube has been doing me shit. You know, they won't even notify you that I just uploaded. But if you do turn on your notification button, so once I upload it, you get to see, you know, we get to have a conversation back and forth in the comment section below, because I always engage my followers or my subscribers, you know, because I'm not one of those YouTubers that just post and that's it. You know, when you really look at this guy pound for pound, like, yeah, Quinton is bigger than Earth, but Earth is just put together different. You know, his condition, you know, his lines, the way he posed, the way he, you know, he entertained the crowd, the way he carried the crowd along, all of that, you know, all of that count into winning a show. But this is not classic. This is open body building, you know. So for me, it's not really about the posing routine that when you're showing open body building, but it's good to know how to pose, because that kind of, you know, make the judges want to, you know, give you more look and maybe sway the results to your side. Don't forget, bodybuilding is a sport that we hate and love at the same time. Why? Because when your man wins, you're happy. When your man loses, you feel like, you know, he was robbed, or the judges, they didn't do the right thing, especially if it's close, you know, if it is close. I haven't seen the scorecard. I don't know what the scorecard look like, but I feel like I wouldn't have a problem with if Quinton ever won. But you can't take anything away from Earth. He came, he saw, and he conquered. You know, he didn't judge the show. He didn't judge himself. So whatever the judges say it is, that's what it is. But yeah, there's not much to say. I'm really happy for him, and he's done it all. So if you look at it, if you compare them, everybody in the Quinton is bigger, right? So let's look at the last spread. This is really Quinton show, you know, last spread. But like I said, Earth is just pulled together differently. So side chest, I think Quinton and Mark head toward, I think everyone else is better in the side chest than Earth. Even from the back department, I think Earth need we have a lot of work to do from the back. I would say I think the guy with the best back is Mark Hector. The rest of them, the back is, and the guy in the green pants, you know, last spread I give it to, you can say it from the bottom because Earth is more conditioned. You want to give it to Earth, but it's just like, is a coin toss up, because like I said, the show could have gone anyway, but I felt like Quinton won. But you know, sometimes when you're watching the show from the screen, is different from when you're right there judging them. And you know, they always say that shows are different when you're there looking at them than you're watching from the screen. Sometimes some guys look way better in person than watching them in the screen, while some guys look better in the screen than in person. So either ways, congratulations to Earth for a second win back to back. So we see what he's gonna do when it comes to if you do come to the state to compete. That is he did back to back Europa Pro, from Italy to Germany, his home country. So you know, when you really even look at this guy, like, he's so conditioned very, very conditioned, way better from the last show he did. I'm talking about the black guy. And he fell so well against Urs, better legs. He has a better leg and a better condition to Urs because, Urs always have that dry glute. I think, these days everybody just attributes dry glute to best condition. We know some guys that can be dry from the front and not dry from the back, dry from the back, not dry from the front. If you really look at Urs' leg, it's just smooth, to be honest with you. The leg is smooth. There ain't no traction in his leg. So with that being said, folks, please don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.